Hi, Jason.
Ian Astbury
How
here.
are you?
How's it going with you?
It's going, baby.
Very good. So, Ian, you're promoting Choice of Weapon coming out soon in May.
Yes, sir. 22nd.
What do you think of the production on this album compared to, recording throughout all these years?
I'm very happy with the production of the record. We actually got the chance to see these songs be fully realized. When we did the last album, we were in the studio for 15 days. So we didn't really get to fully see these songs come to full fruition. But on this record, we're very, very happy. We worked with two producers. We worked with Chris Goss and Bob Rock, so we're very lucky to be able to do this. It's quite rare for us to be able to do that. So I'm very happy with it.
Ian, would you say it's getting easier to record throughout the years, like nowadays with technology and stuff?
Is it easier? Well, one thing about technology is, you don't have to wait for the tape to roll back.
Right.
But having said that, sometimes when the tape's rolling back, some really good ideas come up. You got a chance to kind of like think about things, but we kind of mix it up. I mean, we use analog and tape. We use that. We use digital. So I don't know about easier. It's when you're in it, you don't really consider it being difficult or anything. You're just kind of getting on with it.
How did you write these songs? Like in the studio, in your home, on the road?
Conceived. Some songs were conceived in like hotel rooms. Some songs were conceived in in the studio environment. So at various places.
When you get an idea, you put it down on paper. Is it mostly like that?
Well, for me, I'm constantly taking notes. I mean, I've always got notebooks with me, so I'm always writing down ideas. But really, we're doing a lot of recording. One great thing about technology is you can. Cell phones are really incredible in terms of the microphones. Recording on cell phones get really good quality. In fact, you can take a cell phone like an iPhone, for example. You can take that, plug it straight into the computer, and you can put it straight into Pro Tools, and you can bring up the rough song. So, transference of a raw idea is pretty easy. So that's a really good aspect of technology.
What's your take on social media and stuff like that? Because now you guys released a video for the Animals, and it's mostly on social media, YouTube and stuff like that, or
Yeah, any place it's going to get seen. There's no terrestrial, outlets. Very rarely is there any terrestrial kind of TV's on the way out anyway. Cable TV channels, it's all disappearing. It's about streaming. People streaming through their video games, like streaming through Xbox, PS3, DirecTV, Apple TV, and that's affecting programming, and it's very rare, outlets for visual elements. But then again, you got things like, Vivo, YouTube, Vimeo, pretty much you can stream on blogs. There's so many more outlets. So in many ways, it's interesting. I mean, we haven't really done any film for quite a while in the cult. We haven't really had any film out for quite a while, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this film clip comes over.
And back in the day, you guys dominated, videos in a sense, with MTV, Much Music Canada.
Sure, absolutely. That was the medium then, and that was the format and the medium, and making videos was. But then again, you found yourself making videos because that was the medium, and you probably do things that you wouldn't regularly do. It's a new form, and maybe you play it up a little bit for the cameras. But I think now the idea is that we try and, as we're moving more into these visual, getting more of a thinking more in terms of film as a standalone element, especially for the cult. I've been talking a lot about film, and we want to continue putting films out. So just keeping pushing these films out there.
Now, for Choice of Weapon, the artwork that we see on Wikipedia and stuff like that, where did this design come from?
It emanated from a few places. One was I had met an indigenous Aboriginal medicine headdress, buffalo headdress that I got probably in the mid-'80s, and actually in the Wildflower video, there's a very brief clip. There's one like a month, maybe like 2 seconds of me wearing this medicine bonnet.
Right.
So it's like an image that's been with me for many years, and looking at things like Joseph Catlin paintings and traditional Plains Indians. So there's that motif, but then there's also the I'm wearing, my face is covered, which is kind of influenced by Occupy and Arab Spring images we're seeing from cultural revolutions all over the world. That's a kind of a homage to that. And then I'm wearing a shirt that's actually from the movie Gangs in New York. It's a piece I really like. It's actually one of the shirts that Dead Rabbits wore, Martin Scorsese's film Gangs in New York. And then the jacket is made up from like a leather and denim, and that's kind of an homage to punk rock and roll. And then I'm wearing Tibetan beads on the shoulder that are from Tibet, made out of yak bone. So that's an homage to Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. There's a lot of different elements went into it.
Would you say there's going to be a lot of people that don't realize this is you on the album cover?
I don't know. It wasn't intentional. Just it wasn't intentional. It's not important. I mean, some people are saying, maybe shouldn't say who it is, but it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. It's obvious to me anyway. Well, I know. So.
Now, Ian, you guys got tour dates coming out soon?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm well aware we've got a pretty heavy touring schedule coming up.
What's your vision on touring nowadays? Has it changed much?
I just stay right. Stay in the moment. You know what? It's like I try not to. If you look at it, like the amount of shows we're about to get engaged in, it's quite daunting. Because we know the travel that's involved. We know that you've really just got to keep your head together, stay focused, and just really focus on the shows in front of you. When you're going out to do like maybe 60, 80 shows like we're about to do, you better stay in shape, get good rest, and the road's hard. It's not for sissies. It'll be pretty hard, but it'll be fun too. So we're actually doing some shows next weekend in Memphis and Birmingham, Alabama, playing with Jane's Addiction out there, and doing a couple of festivals, and then we're going to Europe. Then we're going to the West Coast, US, and eventually we'll work our way through northern states. We pop up to Windsor, Ontario, for a show, and then we're probably going to come back and hit Canada properly, maybe August. Looking at August right now.
Let's say with a tour like this, would you say you're going to be more busier now, with doing all this type of work and stuff, because it's a busy lifestyle?
There you are. Yeah, totally. It's what we do. It's what we do, baby.
And you enjoy it?
Do I enjoy it? Sometimes. I mean, I really enjoy being on stage, yeah, no doubt. But, travel can be hard, can be tough. It can be pretty hard. It's not always glamorous. Being in an airport, doing a show, getting off stage at midnight. By the time you get cleaned up, it's 3 in the morning, then you're going to the airport at 6 a.m. To do it again the next night. You grab sleep when you can. You grab food when you can. Sometimes it rolls out like that. Sometimes you're on a bus and it's, you get to sleep through the night, but the buses are kind of rough. You're not at home. You don't have, sometimes you're on the road for 3 nights in a row. You're not in a hotel, and you do pretty much everything at the venue, and it can be kind of tough. But then sometimes you pull up and you're in a city like you're in Prague, or you're in Tokyo, or you're in Paris, or you're in New York, wherever. And then it's very different environment. But for me, I don't mind if I'm playing in Yellowknife or I'm playing in New York City. It's the audience, the room. It becomes about that, and really comes about the songs, being inside of the songs, and then that space takes over. So it's really the focus. You just got to stay focused on that.
Now, Ian, one final thing. Do you listen to a lot of varieties of music that's coming out today, or how do you go into that with music and radio and stuff like that?
You know, I'm curious. I listen to a lot of new music. I get it from different sources. I mean, like, you know, there's a few. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles, and there's a few really, really good record shops. I tend to go for vinyl, you know. And spend a lot of time in the car, so radio, sometimes satellite radio, sometimes. And then, you know, get music when I'm traveling, friends recommend things. Just pay attention to what's going on around me, so...
So basically you're keeping up to date with all music in general?
As much as I can. I mean, a lot of the time we're actually doing it, so, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not a Wikipedia kind of Cliff Notes music guy. I don't really... It's impossible to know everything that's out there. But, yeah, I have an interest in contemporary music, no doubt.
Well, Ian Astbury, it's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
All right, you have a great summer.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Yeah.